Hi, this is Penny once again, and today I have the pleasure of talking to or conversing with Dr. Carol Enriquez, one of my favorite educators who I've met in many conferences in Cocopea, in PACU, and in several provinces. I know we were last together in Bohol, I think it was last year, and I'm so honored that she said yes. So I'd like to introduce my friend, my very good friend, an educator as well, Dr. Carol, Doctor talaga, hindi PhD, doktora siya. Dr. Carol Enriquez. Dr. Carol, can you introduce yourself to our listeners and watchers?
Morning, Penny. It is also my pleasure to be able to talk to an equally long friend. And both of us are both Kulasas.
Yes. Yeah. Oo pala, we saw each other doon sa reunion.
Kulasas is what they call students who graduate from St. Scholasticans College or any same school for that matter. We go along back, Penny and I. And I'm always impressed with what she's been doing, especially during her term at IBPAP. So I would say, wow, there's a lot of work that they did, a lot of studies, a lot of analysis. And then people really learned from the results of that analysis and worked with IBPAP in improving education at the time. So I'm currently the president of Our Lady of Fatima University, and I'm still the president of PACU. We hope my term should end with PACU sometime in June. So we're working with the team on how to conduct our general assemblies online. Virtual for the first time, including elections. So it's a little bit difficult because it's a first for many. But I'm happy to be with Penny, who I consider my friend, even though we don't see each other. She always says yes to my request if she could share her expertise with a lot of things. Penny, thank you.
Naku, pag si Dr. Carol ang nag-invite, kahit sa Valenzuela yan, pupunta ako. Kahit sa JRU, kahit sa Bohol, kahit saan, pupunta ako. And, and I have to say this, she was an awardee in our last reunion in St. Scholas, Feb 7. So I was texting her, as taking pictures of her. Ay, naku, awardee kasi. Siyempre, proud friend of an awardee. So congratulations.
Those are the times, di ba? Parang don't wish that we could go back to those times now.
Oo nga. Oo nga eh.
When we had that, the nuns were saying, we should wear masks. If you recall.
Oh, yeah.
Mask, why? It's just an alumni thing. But little did we know that it is something that is an essential part of our wardrobe now.
So, Dr. Carol, how are you? You've been locked down. You live in Quezon City. You've been locked down for close to 60 days now. And even though it's modified ECQ, we don't know what that means. How are you? And what have you been doing?
Really, in fact, I'm busier now with all the Zooming meetings. And it's a new skill set. We all learn how to share our videos or presentations through Zoom, conduct meetings left and right. The thing with the Zoom is there's no excuse for not attending unless there's a conflict. And there's no excuse for being late because you're just there in your house. But the only excuse that I could think of, I was telling my staff, is there's no connectivity. Or walang Wi-Fi, but nonetheless, it keeps you busy. It's hard. It's very challenging.
So you're an educator as well. What have you heard from the students? How are they?
Well, you have two different kinds of students. You have those who are opposed to the idea of having online classes. There are those who are reluctant but are willing to try, and those who are game. Let's start it now, let's do it, and let's see how far we can go. So, to be honest, we're not sure. We're actually afraid of the incoming terms with regards to enrollment, how many will drop out, how many will still be with us. So there's a lot of issues.
What happened to graduation?
Graduation, from the onset, we postponed it. All the schedules we postponed. We tried to get schedules as soon as we can. So there was one that we were able to get for July. And then as things were moving along, we said, "Oh, July is still too early.
Mm-mm.
We push it down." So we're still considering, Philippines would like to still go on stage,
Yes.
finish their moments on stage. So we're giving them that. Except for our senior high, baka mayroon pa rin chance. But for the grade school, no, we said no muna. College, still open. For our College of Medicine, we're still about to close the term, so wala pang decision on that. But sayang dun eh, graduation, but you've heard about the fantastic stories
Mm-mm.
and how they do the virtual,
Virtual graduation.
di ba, with the robots, with the face, with the iPads, and things like that. Sad. It's sad na wala ka naman choice but to change it.
Yeah. Yeah, at least now, people have said that there's so much pandemic that has happened in the past with World War, global recessions, etc. 2008, 9/11. But at least we have connectivity, no? That's the biggest difference of them all.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, but sometimes I wonder in connectivity, since everyone's on board, how big is the bandwidth?
Yes.
Sometimes we're considering maybe we should. There's a time we had our meeting at 10. People were dropping off the meeting kasi connectivity. So we said, oh, let's move it down to 2 o'clock. Baka by the time people are having their siestas.
Mm-mm.
You have to figure out how to conduct it. Best time kasi nobody's fault.
Yeah.
You cannot blame the telecoms because even they were not really totally prepared for.
Yes. Yes, that's true. And I was hearing the ICT being interviewed and being asked about the third telco, but that's all after the lockdown. And
Oh,
we'll see. So, Dr. Carol, how do you, I have students who have said, Miss, bored na ako. Miss, gusto ko na lumabas. Miss, hindi ako makauwi sa amin because they're living in a condo here, but they really live in the province. How can we stay optimistic during these trying times?
the best thing to do is you have to keep busy. Don't linger over your circumstance unless of course you're sick. Then that's another thing. But as you keep yourself busy, you forget all your troubles, all the things that you're feeling. On our part in school, what we did was we activated all our guidance counselors. So the students who were left behind in their dormitories, there's somebody that they can talk to.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they do reach out to our guidance counselors. They ask for help, all sorts. From baka pwedeng hatidan ng vegetables.
Mm-mm. Wow.
Yeah, but of course you can't do that because everybody's naka-lockdown eh.
Mm-mm.
What was difficult also was we thought that once we give to a set, we have to give to everyone. And budget is an issue. So what we did was we worked through the barangay.
Mm.
We said, we asked the barangay, we have some students in this group, in this area, so baka naman you could they did. We're lucky they did. So that's how we reached out to some of our students. Pero it's sad eh. Well, when you're bored at home and then, especially if you're in the dorm, kasi the things that you can do eh.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, and now we see the importance of you mentioned about guidance counselors. Now we see the importance of guidance counselors, no? Dati hindi sila masyadong pinapansin. Pinapansin ang placement office. Ngayon, guidance counselors are so important, essential workers.
Yeah, somebody to talk to, at least. That there's a face that you could connect with, even if it's just through text. Basta somebody answers your needs.
Mhm.
For me, that was the role of our guidance now. Kasi it's also hard, especially when people start talking about work from home. And then you're thinking of how do you deliver some of the work that has to be really done in school. So you heal all. Well, what we did in Fatima is now, first we asked the units to create your skeletal force assignments. And then we figured out, baka naman, there's bias going on just to keep people working. So we're asking the end users, meaning the other units, what do you think should this unit deliver?
Mhm.
From that feedback, that's how we assign the assignment. So yung mga dami nilang wish list pala na I hope this group can do this. And then they wrote it down. And doable naman. But you really have to be creative. Sobra.
Oo. Walang choice no?
Oh, wala. Even di ba, you hear about LMS. Before, the LMS is supposed to be a supplemental to lectures. Like your buffer. Pag walang klase, you say, oh, you go to your LMS for the other work. Or
Yes.
now it's your platform to deliver the education. So can you imagine the things that we had to do for the content?
Mm-mm.
Revision lahat from a supplemental to full-blown. Ang hirap.
And the teachers, paano natatuto yung mga teachers, no? Paano mo tuturuan lahat ng teachers mo?
Ito, get saying Zoom. Zoom, we were doing Zoom. Well, we were training them na, pero ito, upskilling talaga eh. Kasi we're relying on links, we're relying on, what do you do so that it doesn't eat up so much of the data?
Yes.
Creative ka. Hirap, but it has to be done.
Yes. It has to be done. I remember giving my final exam in LMS, and I didn't know how to do that. I had to learn. Sabi ko doon sa chairman namin, I'll learn in time. I'll learn. Wala, napilitan eh. It was no choice.
What we did in Fatima is, all the deans went through the process of role acting, kami estudyante. So we were, so we learned how to answer using our platform. And then maganda, some of the platforms are amazing. You could tell when the student stopped at a particular question. Pwedeng excuse ang bata pag biglang ayaw na nila mag-test. So they could say, connectivity, nag-drop or whatever, but you could tell in the platform at what question they stopped. So we're working on that.
Wow. And the new, everybody calls it the new normal. I call it a restart or a reboot because things will change obviously with no vaccine yet. You're a doctor, you know that. Unless a vaccine has been invented, created, developed, that we can all have. World War Z eh. No, World War Z. No one is safe, still outside. No? However, sabi nga ng doctor ko, just wear your mask and wash your hands and social distance. And in school, that's going to happen. If we will be having face-to-face interaction with students, social distancing, and the like. How do you think education will be moving forward, at least in the next year, in the next school year?
I think the school especially should be prepared for the waves. So you might have a good period where you could do some sort of flexible learning. Students can come to school. And then after 2 weeks, back to online. So your delivery should be as agile or as flexible as you can make it. And then, ang mahirap dyan, it's mind setting. People, some of the students, parents, and I don't blame them, are reluctant about online education. But we have no choice as of the moment but to deliver it in its form. Online talaga, purely online, because of the circumstance.
Yeah.
To make sure that people are safe, prevented from transmitting. You hear lang the issues that we in the education sector had to go through, di ba? Kasi una, they were saying, walang klase, ganyan. So we had to work with some of our government officials and try to convince them that there's an alternative, which is flexible learning, which is online. So you should allow the schools to operate. Hirap. Ang hirap.
I think private schools are more lucky because uh, you have you have the equipment. What about the public schools?
Um, well, what I know, DepEd has their own learning commons. So we still have to assess how things will pan out. I know DepEd is excited about having the students come in by August 24.
24.
Yeah. And then for private, for the SUCs and the LUCs, I think they're doing catch up also, pero budget. Budget for them.
Oo nga, budget, no?
Ano, for them to ramp it up. Kasi it's not only the connectivity that's an issue or the infrastructure, pero yung content ng kanilang learning platform or anyone for that matter. Kung hindi na kung wala, start from zero ka and then bibilisan mo plus the training. Oh, like what you said, the training of the faculty, di ba? Kasi even if you've been doing it year-round, pero it was more for supplemental. Iba yung supplemental dun sa full-blown eh. Ang ano, so, big change, big leap.
It's really a big change even for the students. And yun nga mahirap sa students, sometimes wala silang internet connectivity but only data. So, hindi naman nila kasalanan.
And part of the work between PACU and Cocopeya, PACU, we've been talking to the biggest, the two players in the telecoms, short of really begging them to give special discounts for the students. And then we also wrote to IATF, we wrote to CHED to support our call for, di ba, sa senior citizens, pero ano? No offense,
Oh, yeah.
10% discount for senior citizens. So we were asking for 10% discount for internet packages for the students.
Yeah.
For the duration. We're not asking for a lot of things, naman, not forever, but only for the transition. Kasi we understand that people have to earn din. Di ba? Hindi naman libre yung telecoms. They also have to earn. So we cannot keep asking for free stuff. So it's a way of sharing na rin. Kasi I know the schools, on their own, they cut down some of the tuition fee expenses. So kanya-kanyang tulong eh.
That's true. So it's for the benefit of our watchers and listeners, PACU is the Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities, and COCOPEA, if I remember it right, is the Coordinating Council of Private Education Associations. Tama ba? Oo. Galing. So involved with you and Dr. Pat and Dr. Fabelia and Dr. Joel. So, kaya nga.
Is, the one who took over Father Joel's position in CEAP is now Father Dizon.
Oh.
Father Dizon. So we do rotations naman.
At least may konting change.
Change.
Okay. So it's going to be different. What would your last advice to the students, the faculty, the parents who are also anxious about what's coming for their children, for the senior high going to college? What would your advice be for all of us in education, whether you're in education or you're a parent of a student? What advice can you give?
First is consider what's best for your children. And the first one would be their health and how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Secondly, if this is an appeal for them, that educational institutions always have the best welfare of their students at heart. And everything that we do, we think of how it will impact on our students. So our appeal here is, if online education is probably the only way to go, we're not doing this mindlessly. In fact, we're very compassionate to make sure that whatever it is that we will deliver through an online mode or flexible mode, we're able to address the needs of our students with regards to connectivity, access, even the content. So maybe give everything a chance. It may work not according to how you expect it to be. Ano yan, it will evolve.
Yeah.
Get better as people learn, di ba? Ganyan naman Pinoy. Through time, we adjust and then become better versions of the original.
Yes. So it's evolving, and trust the system, because you have the best interest of the students at heart, and the educators also. We have the best. We want the students to learn as well.
That's right. Oh. And one more, follow the rules on social distancing. Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Yes. So
Do it. If they say stay away, 6 feet, 3 feet, 1 meter, do it.
follow the rules, obey the rules, social distancing, wash your hands, and wash your hands.
Penny. Bring lots of patience.
Yeah.
Because it will be difficult, but give everybody a break. Give that person a chance.
And this too shall pass.
I
And
do.
with God's grace, this too shall pass.
You know, Penny, today is the feast of Our Lady of Fatima.
Fatima, yes, today is the feast of Fatima. And we should pray the rosary today. Always, actually, every day. So thank you, Dr. Carol. I'm very, 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 very honored to have you. And thank you for saying yes to me.
Anytime, Penny, you know naman. We're friends.
From one Kulasa to another Kulasa.
Right.
Yay. Sige, maraming salamat, Dr. Carol. And I'll tag you in when I post this both in YouTube, in Facebook and LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.